everyone, it's Malak here, and today I'm going to make a kind of case opening video. Just around the corner is a new major in Counter-Strike, which is called PGL Krakow, which is located in Poland. And when there's a big major, like at least once a year, Steam or Valve, they choose to support one of these majors. Like they have chosen to support Krakow, which is the first PGL major that's ever going to happen. They have chosen to support this major, and it's going to be one of the biggest majors in the whole world. It's going to, this year. It's going to extend over a week, and then they're going to find a winner who's going to take $500,000 back home to the team, so they can split up. Like, I don't know how to split up, but at least they take some money home. And because of that, I've bought some sticker capsules, as you can see right here. I've bought a lot of sticker capsules, which is actually, it's the autograph from the player. And when you open up each one of these you buy, some of the money is going to the exact player, or 50% of this are going to the players and organizations. Organizations could be like a organization like it's a organization called ESL, which is probably the world's biggest Counter-Strike organization, and it's going to the players as well, so they can get some kind of payment. So every time you buy one of these, and they cost 90 cents. Each time you buy one, 45 cents goes to the pro players and organizations. So all the money is just not getting wasted. You're also actually kind of helping, you can say. So that's where you can help if you look at it that way. All right, I want to badges. I'm going to have a picture on the screen. It's like bronze, silver, and gold, and it depends on how good you're doing through the whole major and how many points you get from the pick-em. Alright, what I want to show you guys is, if we look here, you can see first of all there's a counter here. This is in Danish, so if you're from another country you're probably not going to see what it says, but it says like the group, that the group stage for this one. Why I've chosen this is because Astralis is a very, very good team. It's Danish as well, which I like because I'm from Denmark, of course. And they are still a good team. They haven't been in like a big tournament for a while. They haven't even been in the last couple of minors, which is like smaller tournaments. But I do still know they're a good team, like completely unbeaten. They're going to get 3 wins, no losses. I've chosen Astralis actually just to show how good they are, because they got a lot of skill. They got individual skilled players at a very high level, and they're very good like team-wise. They are playing well together as a team. That's why I've chosen them as one of the 2 teams. I've chosen like the 7 other teams that are going to move on to the playoffs. And normally there's 8 teams, and one of them is of course Astralis, because they're gonna win 3 North. Again, North is a pretty good team. I've first of all chosen. I think they're going to move on because they got actually a couple of very, very talented players. Some of them are actually not been seen or talked about that much, where I really think they should. And they got one of the, if you ask me personally, this is my favorite player first of all playing for this team. It's Config. He's one of my favorite players in the whole world. He's probably my favorite player in the whole world, and I think he's not getting the attention that he should. I know he can be a little bit cocky, but sometimes you need to. You get what I mean. Then I've chosen Navi on Aegis Vincera. I've chosen these because they are a very, very talented team. They got, at least, I think actually the most talented player in the whole world. It's Simple, which is a Ukrainian player who's playing for this team, and they also got an insane good AWPer who's called Guardian. He's one of the best AWPers in the world. I do not think he's the best, but he's one of the best at least. And I think they're going to move on. Then go to Cloud9. Cloud9 is they've actually had a long period where they haven't played as well as people would have expected them to, but although they're coming back now. They got players like Shroud. Shroud, you maybe know him as a very, very famous streamer. He's one of the biggest streamers in the world, especially when you look at Counter-Strike. And he hasn't been focusing that much on his pro career in Counter-Strike. Instead, he's been focusing on his stream. But now he's actually coming back and really showing what he is capable of doing. And he actually hits some insane shots. He's just doing overall well. And they got, if you ask me, the world's best AWPer, especially at this moment. I think he's the best player right now on the C9 lineup. It's Skadoodle or Scar, if you maybe also know him as Scar. This guy's actually completely insane. He can out aim almost everyone. He's a main AWPer, yeah, but he's also actually very, very good with other guns like AK, and he's really shown up like in these last couple of months, and he's destroying the enemy teams like there were flies in the wall. He's crushing them. He's one of the reasons why C9 made it to the finals of Cologne. They did lose in the finals, but they still came there, especially because of Shroud and Scar. And they of course also got the dramatic, the fantastic duo of Automatic and Stewie, which of course they're two of the world's best players. They're NA players, but they are very, very good skill-wise and individual. They have very sick aim, and they're just playing good. Just gotta say that. Then we got G2. They got sick players. They got some of the world's most famous players. They got Kenny's, they got Shocks, they got Apex. These guys are actually pretty insane, especially Shocks and Kenny's, which is also a very famous duo if you look at Counter-Strike, like Automatic and Stewie. And Kenny is one of the best AWPers in the world. Before he was the best AWPer in the world, no doubt about it. But he has been kind of losing his skill level. He has been decreasing dramatically, but now he's actually coming back up and getting to his older self, and that's the thing I like, and I think they're going to move on. Now we got FaZe. FaZe is one of the newest teams in this tournament. They got there've been a lot of mixes through in the team. They've started out with a whole other lineup that they have now, and the lineup they have now is actually playing very well together. They got the Danish player for KRAKOW, which is the in-game leader. He normally would play for Astralis. He was actually one of the founders of Astralis and co-owners, but he actually moved on to FaZe. They bought him because he just he felt like Astralis couldn't execute his strategies good enough, so he moved on to FaZe, and they are, with his strats, they're actually doing it completely insane. They also got one of the world's best aimers, which is Nico. He hits insane shots. They got Rain, also a same player, Alu, which a lot of people actually first doubted he was going to be a good player, because in some matches he actually looked like he played like a very, very bad Counter-Strike. But now he's actually proving them wrong, and he's playing insanely good. And then if we move on to SK, SK just won ASL and Cologne, and Cologne is sometimes looked upon as the World Championship of Counter-Strike. And they just won it in the finals against Cloud9, which was a best of 5 match, which is they're going to play maximum of 5 maps, but it's the first team to get 3 maps, and they won 3-0. That was, they actually destroyed C9. Some of the maps were a little close, but they still destroyed them. Like, they couldn't do anything. They got some of the best players in the world, like Taco, Coldzera, Fallen, Fur, and they got this new guy, Phelps. All of them actually playing very well together. They got a lot of skill, and they are just good in individual. They've got Immortals. A lot of my friends actually doubt on Immortals if they're going to go on to the playoffs, but I actually think they are. And the reason why I think so is because they've proven people wrong so many times. They play insanely good Counter-Strike. Just gonna say, this team, they are insane. But a lot of people still say, but they're not as good as team. I'm going to show you something. Yeah. What? Just going to show you quickly. If you see here, you can see all the teams. Virtus, people will say that they're worse than, for example, Fnatic or Virtus Pro. But I would say that Immortals are actually better teams overall. They're maybe not more consistent, but I think they can do what they really need to do to get on. And they actually destroyed it in the qualifiers. That's another thing I like about them, and I think they are going on a very new level. And then they have, in a lot of occasions before, they have proven people wrong when they're actually gotten very long into tournaments. And they got especially one player. I'm just going to give this one player a little bit of a shout out. It's a guy called Henny, or Hen1, I don't know what you want to call him, and he's playing together with his brother Lucas. I just call Lucas. But he's one of the world's best AWPers. I would put him in my world top. Like, if you look at all the AWPers in the world, I would put him in the top 3. Why is that? Because Game sense wise, he's insane, and aim wise, he's also just insane. He can hit almost everything. That's one of the things I like about him, and I actually think they're going to move on. Then I've chosen Big as the team that one of the two teams that's going to go out with not one win. Why do I think this? I think this because Big is the newest team in the whole major, like put together. It's a lot of older CSGO pros who's come together to make this team big. They got a lot of good players, a lot of potential, but I do not think they're going to make it. This is their first like real big major, and I do not think they can take the pressure. If you ask me, I don't know. They can prove me wrong, but this is just what I think. So now I'm going to move on to my capsule openings. I'm going to go in this specific orders: challenges, then legends. Legends are some teams that have in the E-League major that was earlier this year. They have the guys who came into playoffs are the legends, and the challengers are guys who have like proven they need to be in this position by winning the qualifiers in their specific region of the world. Like for example, in Europe, we got teams like we got a team like let me remember what team from Europe. I actually can't remember. Mousesport, for example, a German team. They came in. I wouldn't know that one. I just can't remember. I'm sorry. But yeah, they have proven their worthiness of being here by winning their qualifiers in their specific region of the world. So I'm going to open these challenges, legends. But let's just start out with the challenges. And like these autographs written by the players on themselves, and then they've been made, graphically made on the computer and put onto these stickers. Also, I want to say I actually like the new stickers from PGL. I think they're actually looking pretty awesome. Especially compared to some of the older stickers, I actually like this one a lot better. Oh, I could use that Coursera one. Some of these stickers are worth not a fortune, but a lot. Not a lot, but at least something. But yeah, but I'm not probably not going to sell a lot of these. I'm not going to sell. I'm just going to keep them just for the sake of it. I like to collect these stickers. That's one of the things I especially like to do when I like playing this. When there's a new major. Automatic, one of the greatest player in the NA. Almost always normally top fragging for C9, but not in this past games. Adrian from Gambit. Gambit is not a team I think they're going to do that well. Personally, I do actually not like them, and I just think that they are pretty shit. Just going to say that I bought 7 challenges and 7 legends cases, just so I would because I don't know why that's just the number I chose. I could have bought more, but I chose not to. Alright, I actually like this one with the little shark. He's playing for Vega Squadron. Their like logo is a shark, and he drew a shark on his autograph. I like that. Okay, a legend. I would actually like to get one of these gold ones, but they are so fucking rare. Alright, another North player. North is my favorite team in the whole world. Just to say that I like North. Don't know why, just like the team. And it makes it even better for me that they're from Denmark. Of course. That was one of the newer players from the Velocity, a new player that just got in actually. I can't remember who he's been like, who's been put out in the team for you to get in. I do not recall at this time, but he's actually playing pretty well, I would say. Especially if you look at it, it's his first like high tier team. It's not his first team like overall, but it's his first high tier team where he really like needs to fight against top tier teams in the whole world. Alright, come on. Alan Edward. I just want to say I've opened some of these before in this video. This is the 3rd Edward sticker I get. These are very, very common to my can see. Don't know why, I do not like it, but it's just the way it is. Shox Foil. I love Shoxy. He's an insane good player. Skill wise and aim wise, he's completely insane. Oh yeah, also G2, the team that Chucky's playing for. Just remembered he's they also qualified from Europe. And then I got another award. At least the one was foil. Foil is a little bit more worth than the normal ones. So that's why you want to get a foil. But the gold ones, like in the bottom, the red ones, they're worth the most. And I got B. He's one of the older players that's playing for big. Pretty good player. I'm not gonna say that he's shitty, but he's pretty good. But not one of the best players, I would say. And we got Dosia X-Guard. Dosia is playing for Gambit. Gambit is, I would say, shitty team, but if you look at Dosia, Dosia is a good player. I think only Dosia is a good player in that team, if you're going to ask me. But that's also just my opinion. Alright, let's see what we ended up with. What did we get? I'm going to say... Let's go. Alright, let's look at what they're worth. Okay. 0.21 euro, 0.19 euro, 0.50 euro, 1.24. I would also guess this one would be a little worse, at least €1. So, not disappointed in that way. Got 3 of those. 0.20, 0.42, 0.80, 18, 0.20, 0.23, Adrian. 0.27 and automatic 0.42 and Pasha 0.43. So this was my case opening and this was my video. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a like and a comment down below and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time.